Alrighty, we're back at it. The rack is still sitting where the rack was sitting before. I'm liking where it's at. I don't even mind pulling it back this way a little bit. Doesn't bother me a bit. As I had the rack there, we've all come to know that the steering is right in front of the motor mount. As yesterday, as I was talking, that I would fix the motor mount. Well, I fixed it yesterday after I had the rack there, and I just took the engine picker, come out, held the engine up, pulled the bracket, the engine mount out. I cut the top of it off, and then re-welded the top plate. Now when you look from behind, the engine is perfectly level. It's perfectly level now, and it was not before, and I knew I had to fix this when it come time to get it, when I'm looking at the chassis. Oh, also, I want to big shout out to the UK. I want to thank all the fans there to the UK. I want to thank you. Very kind. Canada, for sure. I love Canada. Iran, we got fans in Iran, man, that's cool. Australia, South America, New Zealand, USA, Europe, and South America, and Dubai. That's awesome. I feel like I'm calling out pageant people. That's what it felt like. But anyways, I want to thank y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's good diversity. If you know what I'm saying, I don't have to ask you. It's good diversity. That's good. That's good. I like it. Thank you very much, and tell your friends and come and watch and be a part of the diversity club. That's what you call it, the diversity club. As we got going on here, the steering is going to hit the motor mount. I thought about the motor mount. I could have made a different one, so that allowed it to go through. I just cut it off and replaced it, put the engine back down, and now that I've done that, now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to draw a hole. I'm going to draw with a marker. Get my glasses. I didn't get ready first thing. I got my knee pads on, but didn't get my marker. Does it matter? Yes, it does. I want a marker. So, as I'm going here, I can see that the drive shaft or the steering shaft, so where he's going to go through the motor mount. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a hole on this side where I think the steering iron is going to come down, and I'm going to cut a hole on this side where I think this is going to go through. I have to make it quite a half-decent hole. Got steering right here. Because we're going to have a universal joint going down on that. So that also shows that tells me that I can get my angle no problem. See, we're going to have a nice steering. We're going to have two knuckles, one down here and one on the top. Two knuckles, one there where the steering column comes out. The steering column goes like this. I'm going to put this stuff down for a second. Taking it out just to show you, just so you know. So there's a universal joint. And I buy all my steering mechanisms from Speedway. It just seems to be the one-stop shop for me. Speedway, if you want to sponsor us, just let us know. We shout you out every week, right? You may as well be a part of it. Anyways, this is the steering column in the car. The shaft is going to go through there, and it's a small shaft. So what I'm thinking is, we do not need much of a hole, but we do. Like I got this pipe here. I mean, that would work. That would work if everything was perfect. Well, let's do this. No, that would not work because we need a shaft. We need a shaft going inside this part here. So this pipe is out of the question. I've got this pipe here. You know, in perfection, that would probably work. Don't know if I'm going there. I bring that in just because. I've got another piece of pipe over here. I got a piece of exhaust pipe. I don't want to cut this elbow. I'm going to get a piece of exhaust pipe. I think that's our bad boy. I think that's our bad boy. We'll do that. That seems to be fine. Also, when it comes to hooking the steering up, the hook, and we're going to have to maybe leave the bottom of the motor mount open. I was going to close that off because the motor mounts have to come off to pull this engine out, and I have to drill holes and nut it and bolt this motor mount in so the motor mount can come off. That's the size I think. I'm pretty sure that's the size I want to use. I'm going to run outdoors. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to run outdoors and grab a piece because I'm not cutting it off that exhaust pipe, and I'm not cutting it off that corner. I must have a piece outdoors. Got to have a piece outdoors. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a hole on this. I started drawing it now. I took this here and eyed it up with there, with my driving unit there, and lined her up. And this is about where we measured off the frame and come up where the steering's coming out of the car. So basically that was close to where it was at. That's why I've used that. But the hole is going to have to be much bigger to get through there. Let's go get a piece of pipe. Look, piece of pipe right there, look. Whoop. So this is the piece of pipe that I'm going to use. I think must be 2.5. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to plasma hole a cut in there and go for it pretty well, and basically show you going through the motor mount and show you how I'm going to do it. It'll be just a little bit at a time, and it's going to take up quite a bit of the mount. I'm half. I want to get it in quickly. If you know what I'm trying to, I don't know how quick I want to get it in. Maybe I should have a jack or something underneath the engine there so nothing moves. That would probably be a great idea. And just reason because I don't want anything to move on me. Just trying to be safe. Looks like sort of what's going on. Looks like the angle can go in there. To me, it does. Looks about that size. We're going to go down in through there and hopefully be able to get a steering shaft in there. And basically, I am guessing on this part because I do not know, because I have never had this done, never looked at it. Also, with the mount on the bracket here, I still don't know that yet either. Exactly. I'm happy with where it's at. I've pulled it back even a little bit more and it still fits nice. But basically, I'm going to try to get that through the motor mount, and then we can shove the shaft through, and then we know we have steering. Basically it. Let's get the plasma cutter going. I want to get a jack stand put underneath that engine there. It's Monday. Sometimes it's hard Monday to get fired back up to get going. But basically, what me and Jolene do, we just kind of basically treat every day the same, and just do a little something every day. It really can help sometimes. Look at that now, would you? Right underneath there, perfect. Come on, girl, come on. I want another one. Here. That's good. Awesome. Let's see if I can slide her back one more. I'm going to go with that because it's a little bit tighter. The motor can't move. If it decides to fall, it's going to fall on that. Good. Plasma cutter. This is something that when you're doing it, it can be quite a mess at first. But just chisel a little bit at a time. Just chisel a little bit at a time and work your way through there. Just work your way through there gently. Basically, that's basically what I'm doing with the whole car, to be honest with you. I'm just taking baby steps on everything and trying to figure it out as I go. You must admit, everything I do, I either fail or learn something from it. You know, it's kind of that thing, like where I'm just kind of taking baby steps with everything, because there's nothing that is the same when we took the frame off except the frame. There's nothing the same. Plugged in, need some air. Yeah, so soon we'll be on the motor mount, or the body mount, excuse me, the body mounts. And we'll weld all the body mounts on. I think Jolene wants to do that. And then we're on the back suspension. You know, once we get the steering in, back suspension, drive shaft. I'm going to, we got a transmission mount to make. So we'll just carry our way back. We'll go this, we'll go transmission mount. We'll go rear end, put it in place. Probably not going to use this one. I'm going to try to find one with good brakes on it and maybe just repair it. This hasn't got nothing. It's a donor. So I'll try to put it in place, put the airbags on, get the top hat put on for the air ride in the back. So there's 3 or 4 things I have to do before I can, you know, start really pulling it back apart and have it mocked up and ready to rock and roll. A few things I got to do. My gloves. Plug the air in. There's a few things I got to do. Just work my way back slowly. And you really have to think about it. Nothing is forever. It's like we're basically building it. We can change it at any time. And that's the fun of building your own project. You can change it or do whatever you want at any time. You know, we're all hoping that we be safe and all that sort of stuff. We're all hoping that, I would say. It just basically, you know, you can be in charge when you do your own project. I'm going to cut a little hole first and then start digging it out that way and see what goes on. I need a ground. I put that ground. Yep. Yeah. Put it right there. I don't know why I just don't cut it all out. Quite thick, this side stuff. Yeah. Alright, here we go. I guessed a little hole so I could peek inside. Peek! Peekaboo! I see you. Hard to cut that out with a grinder, wouldn't it? And you know, this is kind of fun to do. Cut that mount and put that round hole in there. It shows work. It really does. Who made them? Like, you know, you have to take a look at that mount. Wow. You know, someone went right through the mount. Shows work. And this is basically what they have done. You know, because I'm not the first one that's done it. That's for sure. We can be guaranteed on that. I'm just doing what everybody else, I'm just looking towards everybody else, what they have done, and thinking to myself, if they have done it, I should be allowed. And, you know, that's the way I look at things. And there's a lot of custom stuff out there if you really want to start looking around, man. There's some wild stuff. And look at Ed Roth in his days, the stuff he was building. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Look, if he can do it, I can do it, you know. Or I feel the same way with what I'm doing with everybody else. If I can do it, you can do it. And I hope that you feel the same way. From all the countries, from far and wide. You know what I'm saying? Man, there's some countries on there I'd really like to go see someday and meet some people, you know. There really is. Now just chop road a bit more. Hey, sweetheart, chop road a bit more. I just want to be careful. I don't want to chop too much away. Hey. Now get a big hole where I can see exactly what's going on. Being hard to get along with. We're getting close, Jeffrey. I'm going to slow down and get the die grinder. Trying to get to the other side there, trying to get that other side. The other side, die grinder. What? Hang it up, put it away. I was saying to Jolene, as a country, Canada, as any country, like we have a bunch of countries over there, I get to thinking, how do you make your country, how do you make your country great? Well, to make a country great, in my opinion, just in my opinion, your leader must inspire you. Your leader must inspire you, or not even you. Your leader must inspire other countries. So, I'll put it to you this way. If you had a country that never worried about what every other country was doing, if you minded your own business, you were a country sort of like that, and you took all your time and all your focus on the country you have at hand, and build something. What I'm saying is build something, like me and Jolene are building a Bugatti, and build something that no one's ever seen before, no country has seen before, nothing. And that would inspire other countries to say, hey, look what they're doing, look what they're building. And my suggestion was to Jolene, this is what I would do. Don't know if it can be done, don't know if it can't be done. But you know what they say, your dream can be as big as you would like. We have a big country here in Canada, like from all the way out to Vancouver to Nova Scotia. It takes, a good week to drive it. We got the highest tides in the world. I was thinking, why don't we drill a hole all the way through Canada, all the way to Vancouver? When the water comes in somehow, we could use it as a plunger to pull whatever is on the other side to this side. Use it like a syringe. Pretty cool, eh? That's my idea. To drill a hole in Canada and use the highest tides in the world to suction a person through all the way from one end to the other in a matter of whatever. I don't know. Just a dream of mine. And you know what they say, once, if a country can think of that or can come up with something like that and go for it and have the dream to do it, you could inspire the other countries to do the same. And what a world it would be when everybody's inspired. These are carbide metal bits. You just put them in your die grinder. They'll chew metal. And they'll chew your skin off too if you want. Yeah, it'd be nice for any country on there to inspire the world to get it thinking differently. It's behind you. Oh, we're getting close. Oh, I think we are. Anyways, I gotta take a look. Oh. Yep, we're getting close. Just a little bit more on the... Gotta come through right on the other side too, though. Go through right there. Well, I talk that. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're so close, aren't we? But so far away. You know what I'm saying? Takes time. Craft dinner takes time, don't it, baby? Craft dinner takes time. I'm thinking with my... Keep me on the road, man. Keep me on the road. I don't want to take the plasma cutter just because I'm too close. Sorry about the noise. Just too close. Huh. Alright, we're getting closer to that time now. Now, I am going to take the plate. I'm just... Ah! Maybe that says not to do it. Not going to do it. Kind of a hard hole to draw when you're... It's a little bit more, Chad. Just a little bit more. It liked working there, didn't it? Mad at me, making it work so hard. Hey! See, I knew once you get it in there, it's a funny thing, you know. You're grinding, try to get a piece of exhaust pipe through something. Once you get it, then you got all this you got all this hole around it, you know. It's like I didn't mean to do that. So, is that sweetheart? That's good for penetration, but I'm just saying when you're trying to do a hole around something or drill a hole in something that's got different shapes, you generally end up making a bigger hole just as soon as it fits. It's generally a bigger hole, and that's just the way it goes, you know, because you got 3 different angles to deal with, and you're trying to get it through, and sometimes I'm going to cut a hole through the front. I got to get up and get that. Stay still, mount. We got a jack underneath there, so I'm not going to get hurt. Hope not. Oh, I took the air, that's why. I did. Shame, shame. I'll have to bring it back after I cut the hole, I guess. There's the marker. It's on the floor. Remember where that is. The space is nice to have. Yeah, space is nice. The cleanup was nice. The cleanup was nice. Our lockdown is getting better. We're opening up a little bit. Jim might be over with the Ferrari Wednesday. Maybe over the Ferrari Wednesday. So that means I'm going to we'll end up stopping here somewhere when Jim comes over. Maybe that's when we'll push it in and talk about it. Who knows? And that's Jim, a friend of ours. Yeah. Alrighty, you can see where this is out here, and I'm just going to try to basically freehand a hole so I can get my exhaust pipe through, and then weld it in there, pull it out, and do a good job on it. And basically that's basically the end of it, I guess. Why am I not cutting very good? Probably need a new tip, probably. Did I touch the controls on that? I might have. I did so, it's all the way off. Yeah. And draw a nicer hole here too. What was the marker anyway? Now, I'm going to let that down, pull that out of there. Now I know where my hole is. Am I up high enough? I'll take it up a little bit more. I'll take it up. If anything, where I'm cutting the hole here now I'm going to, die grind the bottom of it. I got lots on the bottom. I'll die grind the top to get it. Alrighty, that does that. Oh, I don't know. Did I show them with the fan? When I took the engine, that's what always happens when you're talking. When I took the engine and lowered the mount on this side to make it level, make the engine perfectly level in the back, look what happened. Yay! Yeah, and that was all the way up there, and I had to cut some. I was thinking about cutting some off if I had to, but yay, the fan works, right? I didn't think me bringing this down would affect that, but it did. Like, also, when we were doing the car, we were kind of close on this side when we made the tunnel. I knew when I bring it down this side, we get a little more gap. Crazy. It's good. So we did something and it worked out. Look at that now. There you go. So you have to fill all that with weld, I guess. Didn't do such a fantastic. Yeah, it's not bad. It's good. It's good. I'd rather be able to shove it through than not. I guess it'll make a difference too when you. See, this here is coming up from. Let's jack this back up and see what happens. Sweetheart, will you jack that, and I'll let you come over and take a look as soon as we get it in place. I just want to hold it so it's in place. Yeah, keep going. Right there. Okay. So, if we hit it there, it definitely will go through, will it not? I'm saying it'll go through. We'll make it go through. When it comes to this side, what comes this side. Are we going to be able to go up far enough? See, that's the point. See, now when I cut that off, I know I got the small. This is the lucky part. This is the small piece that we have to run through this. So if we're on a little bit of an angle, it will not matter, just as long as it don't hit. Just as long as it don't hit. So what I'm saying is, this universal joint will go on that and go up inside there, and that shaft will run up to the steering. I'm just hoping that I'm giving it enough on the top, you know. What I'm going to do is, I know the measurement from this. I just know the steering's coming up a little bit more than that. As that's in there, it feels to me, when I cut this off, that obviously gives that more room. I'm fine with, you can lay it down, that's right in the center of that. As I look down, that looks really good. I'd like for this to go down the center, but I don't think it's going to. I think we should be fine. Once it's cut off here, the pipe can angle in and come all the way up here with that. Yeah, we're going to be fine with that. Once that's cut off, because it's coming down like this, but there's a bigger hole up here that we're going to be able to angle down on. Just thinking about it for a second, sweetheart. That's all. Just thinking. I'm not sinking. I'm thinking. Sorry. What I'm thinking is I'm going to mark it. I might as well mark it, cut it off, see what it looks like, and then go from there. I don't want to tack it and then cut it off. I'm going to cut it. There it is. Oh, here we go. I got enough at the bottom. Just trying to. All I'm doing is tracing. That's all I'm doing is tracing what I have. Right? Tracing what I have. Okay, here we go. My grinder's behind you, sweetheart. Freedom! This is freedom, when I get to do whatever I want to Jolene's car. You know, I know it's Jolene's car, but it's freedom for me to make the choices and the decisions on how this thing is built. Grab yourself a project and try it. Don't listen to nobody. Do whatever you want to do. As you can tell. They've been pretty good at that, ain't I? But, as you can see, their results are happiness. Right? You can see the results. I'm showing you, I'm proving it to you. Cab, dummy. Not before you get the job done. I like that disc. I like that disc. Alrighty. Come back out, sweetheart. Come out to play. Right, there we go. Now there's some gap in there. Yes, there is. There is some gap in there. But you know what we do with that? I've already told you. Now, see, still might need to go up some. Might have to go up some. As I get my rod going here. Actually, I wouldn't think it'd be any harder than that, would it? It's not hard on the engine. Is that hitting that yet? Yeah, that would work good if it was around the exhaust ports. I'm going to do a little measurement before I start. Before I want to tack that in there and say I'm okay with it, I'm going to do a few measurements. Because basically what has to happen, this is fine. I'm going to leave it, and this is basically what's going to happen. Once I weld this in here, I'm going to weld this in here because I'm happy with what's going on there. I'm happy with that part. When it comes this side, basically, I'm not worried about the bottom. I'm worried about the top. So I'll weld the bottom all up, and then I'll come up here and grind the top back a little bit as I'm got it all welded up. Grind it back a bit, and then weld it together because I have a little bit more room up here. I got the exhaust pipe in there. I know where it's at. And I'll grind them together. Let's take a look through I gotta take a look through it. I'm saying that's gonna work. Come take a look through if you like, sweetheart. I'm gonna take and turn the welder on. Well, I'm going to have to take that mount back off. I can do the cleaning later. I'm going to do the tack it in place right now. Tack it in place. And what I said about the top, I'm going to tack this side in place. I'm going to pull up on this and tack this in place. I'm going to tack it around here. I've got to grind that all off flush yet. I got to get the engine picker out. Put it on the engine. Or I could just put the jack on the engine, I suppose. Just jack it up a little bit and pull that out. Put that on. We might even do that. How much time? We probably can do that. See what it looks. Show what it looks like. Show what it looks like. See what happens. See what happens. How's that? We'll see what happens. I'm going to look through that one more time because I want to look through it one more time just to make sure we're up a little. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tack it in place. When I take it off, I'm going to take the pipe and try to beat it out and make it, you'll see. You'll see. Gas is turned off, and you can tell that because your weld does not look right. It has pockets of air in it, and you should be able to tell very quickly when you're. It will not weld right when your gas is out. So there's a. We'll make that into a lesson, I guess. We're tacked there. 2 places is enough. 2 places is enough. And I'm just going to tack it here. Alrighty. There's a bunch that has to be done to that motor mount. There is a bunch. And the bunch is, what has to happen is, the motor mount has to have holes drilled in it. It has to have holes drilled in the frame, and the frame has to be nutted. So this can come on and off, and it has to have another tab on one side or another. Drill 2 holes in here, bolt it on, and another tab on one side or the other side to make sure that motor mount's good, basically. And I'm going to let that down. I don't need that the very second right now. I don't need it this very second. Will you pull on that jack, baby? Hold this up. Thank you. Yeah, please. Perfect. That's good. I got it. I'm just going to run the jack around the corner there. Pick the engine up. These things are heavy. the engine up right there or not? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ouch, it's hot. Hey, it's crazy. Oh no, what did I do here? Never thought about that. Got two nuts on the back of these. On the back of that. I'm gonna get that off. See what happens. Well, we know one thing for sure. If it can be taken off and taken out, it can be put back in. Come on, baby. Might be hard, but keep the exhaust pipe in there. Basically it. You don't have to do it like as I did that. You would not have to do it that way. You could have made the motor mount out of something different. And why did that cut coming off? Jumpings. Have to be like that, wouldn't it? I'm gonna go get a wrench. Sorry, excuse me. You don't have to make it. You wouldn't have to do that. I just wanted to do that because the motor mount was made. And I didn't want to make something else. And also, I enjoyed that I have to put a hole in that motor mount. It shows, you know, we're working for it. We're working for it. And we're not just, dinner! We're working for it. That's what it shows, I guess. Trying to hold it down there below with my finger, but man. I have to have two wrenches. Excuse me again, sorry. See, sometimes it takes time. I should have brought two wrenches. That's okay, though. The faster I get up and faster I go get it, the faster I get it done, right? Basically it. Trying to get this on. Come on now. I'm gonna hold my tongue right or something. Must have had a burr on it or something. Had a burr. Put that off. We get no fans from Russia? Sometimes I'm a Russian. If you get it, I got to pull them out. Come on, Chad. Got to pull them out first. I leave the drill here, did I? To take it away. I took it away. Just trying to get these out so I can get that welded up. Show you basically what's going on. Can I take the light? See that? It's always nice to ask first. Isn't it, baby? It's always nice to ask first. That one there is stripped, so I've done that. Probably took it out to me down. There's something inside of this chassis that's crazy. Amounts of, come on, girl. Here we go. You can see what I got now. I'm going to take it over to the flapper wheel, give her a shining, and we'll give her a touch of welding, and then we'll go from there. That side don't need much at all, really. Stay with us because we're going to give a hat or a shirt away. Now I got to make sure I grind it down far enough. I still want integrity. I don't want the weld sitting on the side of this. I try to have it in there somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Like always. Like always. I'm going to tack that, get down a little bit further. And I'm going to tack another spot before I grind that off because I don't want to lose my positioning. It's a wonder I remembered that. But just want to tack this on. Just want to tack it on. Just don't lose positioning, I guess. I'm going to wait to beat that back a little bit. Okay. These blue just must be the 80 grits, and the red ones are the 40. Or a 36 or whatever grit, hardest grit. Think we better draw or what? Think we better draw or get a little bit more time? What? Okay, we're doing good then. I'm just going to keep on going with you. I'll show what it looks like when it's done. I'm going to grind this back a little bit in there. Got a die grinder. We are making a custom body mount for a Bugatti for the most beautiful woman in the world, in my eyes. In my eyes. I'm going to take and see how that's got a little space there. I'm going to take the hammer and try to get it. And what I mean try to get it is I'm going to try to bend that exhaust pipe up into the hole so there's no gap. So when I go to put the steering column down through, it's got just a little bit more room, you know. Just a little bit more room. You can see how I looking for something to bang it on. You can see I got a little space right there. You know, if I go in, a little space right there. I want to take it if I can. That's nice and tight. I'm going to tack that so that don't take off. I like the looks of it. Fit up there nice and tight. Can't complain, can I? Can't complain. I'm going to just take this side. I got my helmet on. Got my ground on. I'm going to get all mixed up here. My grinder. I suppose it's the inside that matters. So what I've done is I've taken what I can on the top to bring it up a little bit further. It doesn't look like much, but it might be the amount I need. Also, I'm going to do the exact same for this. I'm going to hit this again. The welders make... Oh, Jesus. Just don't want to take off, that's all. Don't want to take off. And if I can put a little heat in the matter, help spin the pipe. I'll get one spot in place, tack it, and then beat it because it's all bouncing around still. I'm just teasing everybody. Yep, tacked it. Right there and get this one done. We want that. We want that. We may as well have it. I don't want to bend that, so I don't want to put it on the ground. It's a nice amount of gap for penetration. It really is. So, I'll take to welding this up. I'm going to weld that up and put that on. There we go. The reason I'm triggering it, because I got quite a gap there. It'll burn through on you if you don't watch it. Don't want that. I don't want to burn through. Not even close. And how I'll grind this and make it nice is with a die grinder. Try to get smooth down the best I can. And then when we sandblast it, if it's got any little divots in it from the welder or anything in it, we'll probably put a little fill on it. I guess we're basically trying to build a show car, and for now, I guess we are somewhat. It's turned into that. We can't go turn back now. We got this such beautiful wood coming for it, you know. It's gonna look amazing. It's gonna look amazing. Hey, baby. Oh, look amazing. That's that one. Turn over to the other side. Make your motor mounts look any way you want to. You can build them out of round rod, flat plate. You can build them out of piston rod arms. You can build them out of whatever you want to. When it's your project, you get to do whatever you want to. And there's happiness in that, believe me. There's happiness in that. Let's get the reason. You have to stand to reason, though. All your things that you want to do have to be good stuff, if you know what I'm trying to say. You know, you can't. Has to be good stuff. Good thoughts bring good life. And the only reason I say shit like that is because I like to remind myself. And as we know, every day is a repeat. You think we'd all be so great at everything if we looked at everything every day as a repeat, would we not? We'd be so good at it that we wouldn't make mistakes. But life is about making the mistake, and then what you are as a person is how you deal with it. Alrighty. That was a good talk while we did a little welding, wasn't it? I didn't hear they were burnt my welder. Yeet. That's hot. So you can see what we got going on there now. I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. Looks nice. Like someone took the time to make something like that. See, that could be my gift to you for Christmas. I made you a motor mount for your Bugatti 3 hat. Right? It is a bit hot. I'm going to take the die grinder for a second, just chew the inside out. What the hey? I might as well flush it off before I put it in there. Turn the welder off. I got a little dazed and confused. Need the glasses on. Yeah, this must be it's an 80 grit. That's why they're not chewing like the red ones. The red ones were chewing like a mofo, but these ones it's an 80 grit. Now, if I didn't leave that gap all the way around, I wouldn't want to shave it all off and flatten it all off because there would be no more weld there if I bring it out flush and then weld it, because I'd be grinding all the weld off. So that's the reason why we grind all the edges. It was funny, a little while back when we showed where we live and stuff, and someone was talking about capture the energy from the ocean, all that sort of stuff. USA, I think, has done that. I think they've bought the rights to the energy there, and they've been trying to put in turbines in the Bay of Fundy, so when the water goes through and all that stuff, there's been a lot of mass confusion about it because everybody has a different opinion. Everybody's got a belly button. But it's funny, one of my friends, Mike Huntley's been working on that, and he also worked on the show called Oak Island. He's the one that did the diving in the ground right now. Now he's got a big fight on his hand. Go for it, Mike. Do what you can, buddy. Get him, get him, get him. Ouch. Yeah, so smart brain, they're already trying to do that. They're already trying to do that. motor mount. So we got a piece of exhaust put in there. We've ground it all back, so we've got it good. So we're just going to stick it back on real quick. Where'd you get that motor mount? Oh, I found it. It was in the junk pile. Ah. Come on, girl. Get in there. I'll get this part in there first, I guess. There we go. Yeah. I won't nut it or anything. I'll just put these in so we know we're in the right spot. Ouch. Ouch. It's hot still. It's like its owner. And I'm looking at her. She shows me lots of love back too, boys. That's why I love her so much, because she treats me so good. You know? You know what I'm saying? Alrighty. Alrighty, Bugatti. Let's let that back down so it looks better on the, so it's level again. I want to take this out, I think. Set that down in place. Awesome. So now we have the room and the space to run our rack and pinion on our motor mount. Now it's just, I got to work my way back and we're going to the transmission mount. We'll see you tomorrow, right after we give a hat or shirt away. Right after we give a hat or shirt away, we'll see you tomorrow. And we'll put a transmission mount in that bad boy. And that's what we'll do. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the comments. Yesterday was totally awesome. And we had over 1,000 comments. So this video is deserving of a hat or a shirt. And like I said before, we appreciate everybody watching. So we are going to try to give a hat and a shirt away every video, no matter if you comment or not. The people that do will be shown appreciation by giving them something. Thank you. Appreciate it. That makes me happy that I got that hole in the motor mount. The motor mount still should be just as strong as it was before. I can't see that collapsing, that pipe inside that. We've welded it all the way around. Cool, I like it. Moving forward is what I like. Watch this now. She just bringing that up heavy. 1,000 comments, people. Well done. Well done. Hats off to you. Hope this is a good, juicy question. Jolene does it fair as possible. We just press a button, and that's what you get. She's just trying to bring it down some. She can't see what's going on. She's going to read the name. What's it called? Christos? Christos. More progress. Love it. Good work, Chad and Miss. You too, Rock. Keep it rolling. Always love from Australia. Thanks, mate. We appreciate it. That's pretty nice words for me and Jolene, you know what I'm saying? And if you like us, obviously you must try to be, you must be the same kind of person, you know what I'm saying? If you enjoy us, you obviously must be the same kind of person, so we would probably enjoy you too, Christos. And thanks for watching. You send her your information, and you will get a hat or a shirt of your choice. Thank you very much. Come back tomorrow. Transmission map.